What's up everybody? I hope you're enjoying the daily face of me that you're seeing every day as we're uploading daily currently. I'm gonna try to stay on that trend. So as always, let me know what you'd like to see down below because it helps me to figure out what content I should be creating. So you guys have been asking for it since I posted my video yesterday. So today we're going over the top 10 things everyone should be training at home during quarantine. Let's go. Number 1, conditioning and or physio style rehab movements. So like using balls, rolling, bands, etc. and or just using movements that are gonna benefit your breaking, but they're not obviously breaking movements. This is the number 1 reason why I've been able to break as long as I have, and it's also the number 1 factor to me not being able to break when I haven't been doing it. So it's really important that we do it. I have done videos on b-boy conditioning. I'll put them there for strength related purposes and stuff. I've done some for rehab on specific parts of your body. If you're needing more videos, let me know, comment down below, and I can definitely put more of those in there. But it's very important that we're doing conditioning for breaking. So that's supplemental breaking conditioning movements. If you've got bad hips, wrists, and or you just want to get stronger for breaking, you should be doing some kind of conditioning workout style supplementation for your breaking. So make sure you guys are doing that. Again, if you need an in-depth video on that and you feel like I haven't already supplied that on my channel yet, definitely let me know, comment down below. Number 2, stretching. I feel like a lot of people undervalue stretching and how important it is for breaking, but just look at b-boys and b-girls that are flexible and look at their movement style and then compare it to yourself. And or just breakers period. If you don't have good flexibility, you're gonna be limited to a lot of movements that you could possibly be doing. I've taught lots of people where literally they're limited simply by their flexibility. So now, especially because we're in quarantine, there's no better time to get into stretching. Again, I've got an in-depth video from like 4 years ago on stretching routines. I've got more recent ones. I haven't done active stretching. If you'd like more of an active stretch pre-practice routine, let me know and I can again make that video. But as far as the in-depth stretching and the long holds, the video that I made like 4 years ago still holds up. So definitely check that out because I would really recommend this is a time, spend half an hour to 2 hours a day stretching. I know that sounds like a long time, but if you're holding each stretch for more than 45 seconds, you're gonna start getting more flexibility there. So make sure you're really putting the time in so you can gain that flexibility and keep leveling up even though we're in a pandemic. Let's go. All right, number 3, grooving and isolations. Now I know some of you guys have wanted a more in-depth tutorial on this topic. Again, if you'd like that, comment below and let me know and I can make that happen for you. Now I know grooving and isolations is boring, it takes time, it's just slow, but again, we have time now. We're at home, we're stuck, we don't know what to practice. This is something that you should be practicing. This is what really leveled up my talk rock, and by leveled up I mean literally just made me not feel awkward. So again, I have my how to make talk rock look natural video, and how to make it look better now. I have how to add hip hop grooving, how to add house grooving, how to add shoot, what was the other one I did? Pop? I don't even remember. But anyways, I've got many videos on this topic, on grooves you can learn. But again, getting your hip hop bounce in, getting your up groove, getting your waves, getting your isolations, all of that is very important. And also start playing with like your Charlie rock, right? I have a whole tutorial on that. That's the one that I forgot. And or your house groove. And all of this stuff, if you can train it and just really take your time with breaking those drills down, then you're really gonna start leveling up your talk rock when you have all this time to train it. So really just start training it. Take your time, slowly break down each part and just drill it. It's my life during quarantine, everybody. Wow! I'm just gonna go ahead and get this over with and then put that back up. So, number 4, footage review. So, this is, again, a big one that I use and still use somewhat today. I mean, I used it more so when I'm making videos because whenever I'm making videos, I have to watch myself and I have to watch the footage, obviously. So, that's kind of my way to do it. But footage review is super important because it just gives you another vehicle to watch yourself. I mean, NFL, football players, all basically sport athletes watch themselves back and they go in the locker room and they watch, even though I know it's cringy, I know it's difficult to watch, and it's not fun, but if you watch your footage, you're gonna see what you like, you're gonna see what you don't like, and you can also just create moves out of it. Because so many times, like, especially with me and YouTube, like, I'm creating so much content all the time, it's impossible for me to keep track of every single move. But if you document it through video, you're suddenly gonna have this whole resource and this whole journal of your moves and movements. And if you watch it back and you keep recording yourself, then you're gonna be able to create new moves out of it. You're gonna be able to bring stuff back, and you're also gonna just progress way faster because we have slow motion on our phones. We have all this stuff and devices nowadays that can help us train and can help us and can help supplement it. So now again, because you're home, you've got time, you don't know what to do with it, you're bored at home and I'm at the home bored, well, watch footage, bro. Watch yourself. Don't just go watch international insanely good b-boys. Watch yourself and then move on. All right, next one, top rock. Now, I know we have floor work, we have freezes, we have threading, we have all these things. And why single out top rock? Well, because the reality is top rock is the least popular thing in breaking. It is. I mean, if you can try to fight me on it all you want. It's my opinion, you do you. But for me, from what I've seen in my career and in my timeline, yes, we have top rock battles. Yes, there's people that specialize in top rock only. But the reality is, the majority of breakers, top rock is their worst suit, right? They may have insane power, they may have insane footwork, but like, how much can they actually dance on top? So, and for me too, like, don't get me wrong, I was in this category and I still am in this category, which is why I'm saying it's so crazy because people will come to me and be like, yo, how do I have my top rock look like you? I'm like, look like me? You want to look like me? Dog, there's so many people that are like such higher level than me. Like, shoot, higher. My top rock, I still feel like it needs so much work. But even for me to get it to this level to where I don't feel completely awkward and out of place, I literally had to drill it, man. And this is a time where I think we should really start giving ourselves schedules and programs and actually start training the things and trying to learn how to fall in love with the things that we have not been focused on so much and that we've been overlooking. Because if you know how to dance, you know how to top rock, dude, especially for a lot of OG judges, they watch that and that's so important. So let alone, it's a lot of fun and I have people that have messaged me and be like, yo, but how do I train power in a small space and this stuff? And I'm like, you probably don't. That's the hard reality. So, but if you can learn how to fall in love with top rock, and then let's say this quarantine goes on for a year, and your top rock goes from like 0 to a goddamn hero, then dog, when you come back out, you're gonna have this whole other element on top of all these power heads that you may be battling. Because they only have their windmill, they only have their flair, they only have their tricks. But you actually know how to dance as well now. So really start focusing on top rock, because we're in a small, you may only have a small space to practice. Get your top rock down, fam. Get your grooving, get your isolations, and mix it together. All right, next one, research and history. If you weren't doing your research, you weren't doing your history before the pandemic, I hope you're doing it now, or you're gonna start after watching this video because it's important and it helps a lot. And especially nowadays, we have all of these documentaries and biopics and information and YouTube at our hands that like we don't even know. I get it can be hard to know where to start. So also, again, if you'd like a top 10 history, educational, breaking hip hop videos, documentaries, blogs, whatever, video, let me know, comment down below and I can make that happen if you're really confused on where to start. But like, there's great stuff on Netflix, there's great stuff on YouTube all over the place. And I'm not just talking about learning the hip hop history and where did it start. I mean, yes, we should all know that and you should know that, but I would say more so research what you love about breaking and research what you love about this dance and this culture. Because for me, what I've done is I have actually reached out to people on where styles have come from, where threading began, where I'd like try to actually think of yourself like a journalist and go dig. Go find this information. You'd be surprised how many big famous people and or your idols in this dance and art form will actually reply to you. Especially now, it's a pandemic, people are bored, they don't have stuff to do. So this is a great opportunity to really get your claws in there and ask those questions and find out those answers, because if you can figure out the roots of these things, it's really gonna help you and motivate you to actually do it, and it's gonna make you fall in love with it more, because you already physically may have it, but you understand where it came from and you understand the roots of it. All right, next one, learning another skill. So you could go within hip hop culture and pick DJing, spinning, you know, graph, or MCing. And or if you're not really interested in that, you can look at stuff that kind of fall within those realms, like writing poetry and or anything that's like within the arts, to drawing, to painting, to creating music, producing beats, anything you really want. Now's a great time to really look at learning other skills too, because we only break so long. If you can learn stuff that will help with breaking, anything to do with music will, and also these other skills simply will, because anything that falls under a creative tree will help you creatively with breaking. Because if you're creating with breaking and you're creating outside of breaking is going to give you ideas to create within breaking. And it could also be something that's completely different in an art form, you know? It doesn't have to, it could be something like video editing, creating music. It can be something like creating videos and stuff like that's a big one for me. Basically anything that you love. Try to look at other passions as well that you can bring in, and it will help you to progress in breaking as well. Next one, get a virtual training partner. Now, if you have someone that keeps you accountable, like you already know, there's a lot of people that really struggle with training by themselves. Who's to say that you have to train by themselves? Some of my homies, they literally have virtual practices, and don't think that this is like a bad thing. It's 2020 and we're stuck in home. So whoever's stuck at home in one spot, why don't you train and help the person that's stuck in another spot? Because together you guys can really grow and build. So I'd really suggest having some virtual training partners and have some people that you can really progress and build up with, and or just exchange ideas. Literally just like practicing with someone in person, but do it online, right? Don't be afraid to reach out and ask somebody if they'll train with you, because you'd be surprised how many people would be down to. It's a lonely time right now, so we need to connect and really reach out for each other. So I'd really recommend getting a training partner, because like personally I love training alone, but just because you love training alone doesn't mean you shouldn't ever have someone to train with, because it's going to help you break out of your own mental boxes. All right, next one, drills. This is probably one of the most important ones, which is why I left it near to the end. Now, as far as drills go, I have quite a few on my channel. I've got my freeze drills, I've got my footwork drills. I don't think I have top rock drills. I don't know that I have threading drills. I don't know that I have floor work drills, but I do have the top 10s, like intermediate, advanced, etc. If you want better freezes, you want better power moves, train all the freezes, both sides, do slow, do reps of them, literally treat it like a workout, okay? If you can do it like that, it's gonna fall into the conditioning tree as well. But basically what you wanna have is your rehabilitation training. You wanna have that style training, and then you also wanna have your conditioning training. So that's conditioning whatever movement you wanna progress in. Because rather than just doing it over and over again, you wanna build the strength and stamina and endurance to actually be able to do that move. So if you want power in a certain part of your body, you need to train that, right? So for freezes, I have that video. For footwork, I have my footwork drills. I really recommend starting with that. For top rock, I'd more so go in the realm of doing the grooves and the isolations as your drills, and then I'd do the top rock stamina training if you want to work on it as the stamina base. Now for go downs, for threading, for all that stuff, I don't have drill videos made, but I would just for now treat it the same way you would treat the other ones. So just take that same style technique and apply that. That's literally what I'd be doing for you guys anyways, is basically just adding reps to things, also just drilling stuff slowly, quickly, explosively, softly, you know. Same with if you do have space and you're training your power or your rounds or whatever, drill the rounds, right? There's so much in breaking we can drill, so really start putting in drills. Again, if you'd like more content on this, please comment down below, tell me which ideas you feel like are lacking that I've given out, and I'll try to do my best to make a video on that. Okay, lastly, let's talk about diet, okay, and health. Now, if you don't know, I am vegan, so that's the health guidelines I personally follow, because I feel like that lands with me best as far as a b-boy and a human being. So I can go more in depth with that if you want, but that's what I fall under. Especially during these times, food can be very emotional for people. It's very emotional for me personally, so it can be challenging to not just want to eat the comfort food all the time. And I'm not saying don't have your pizza once in a while, right? But try to really figure out your healthy meals. And this is a really good time, again, because we have the time, we're at home all the time, you might as well learn how to take care of your body while you're at it, right? So for me, the way I usually like to approach my health, at least right now, it's been challenging with the car accident and with everything going around. I just kind of give myself basically whatever makes me happiest. But what I would recommend and when I'm really working on it is I always try to shoot for at least 2 to 3 meals a day that are very healthy. That means as little additives and non-holistic food as possible. So mostly fruits, grains, seeds, beans, rice, etc. Grains, I already said that. And then trying to have very holistic spices and stuff like cumin, turmeric, black pepper, etc. If you guys would like more kind of health tips on and how I create my food, I keep it pretty simple. For the most part, I can definitely make a video on that. Again, comment down below, let me know. If you guys like this video, please, again, comment down below for all the things I said. Comment down below for how many times I said that? A lot. But the reality is it's hard to cover 10 different topics in a top 10 video that are this broad without going more in depth with stuff. And you guys know that I love going in depth with stuff, so that's why I want to kind of touch on everything. I keep these kind of top 10 videos as like, think of it as like a home page. This is like a home page for you to kind of go through every day. This is your checklist. Go through each kind of thing and be like, okay, I'm bored at home and I'm at the home board. So what can I do out of this checklist that will kind of help me progress still when I'm not feeling motivated? So use this video as the home page. And then from there, hopefully you can kind of decide where you want to focus on more. And if I don't already have that information out on my channel, then you comment and you let me know. Thanks so much for watching. Your boy Magnus.Magneto from Now Never Crew. Like, subscribe, and smash the button for more videos.
Love is love. Love is love.